Hey, this is Politics with Laura, to where everything is politics. Whether if it's here locally in the US or if it's international, you will get the true news because I use newspapers from around the world. Politicians here or politicians over there, or if there's a war here or a war over there, I would make sure that you know about it. This is Politics with Laura, and I got a very interesting one for you today. Okay, I don't even know where to begin nor how to tackle it, but I know I need to talk about it because I got a lot on my mind. There is a lot going on up here about the Asian community. Now, over between California and Texas, wow. Okay. Now, in Monterey Park, California, there was a shooting that 10 people were shot and killed, 5 men, 5 women, and then an additional 10 people that were shot, um, ranging from non life threatening to critical. Now, the man who did this was a 17-year-old Asian man, and it appeared that what occurred happened at what is it called? Um, uh, El Alhambre, Alhambre, or Alhambra. I'm sorry, Alhambra, and then a gentleman came over to the dance hall, the Lily dance hall, and then start shooting people. Now within this, there was a young guy named Say, Mr. Say, a young guy that saw the man come in, noticed he had a gun, and he struggled with him, got the gun away from him, and then told him to leave, and the man left. Later, in a police standoff, the man took his own life. Now, this is just really sad, which got me thinking about the Asian hate crime and how it was said that Black people were directly affecting Asian people, and that's why it was an Asian hate crime due to Black people. Now, I have some thoughts on that. And for me, it's more political because, as you can see, there is crime that goes on within the Asian community. There is. Now, you don't hear, well, I don't hear much about it because they keep within themselves. They have their own police. In Chinatown, they have their own police force, a police liaison, how they resolve situations. They do it amongst themselves. Whether if it's in major cities, there's always sections to where you have a Latino task force or a Latino liaison, an Asian liaison. Uh, Everybody has a liaison, but Black people and white people. That's right there is where the issue is. Everyone else is a buffer. That's what it is. It is what it is between the two dominant people or the two dominant cultures within this country, which is Black people, white people, and Black people. Everybody else within the middle has to choose whether if you like it or not. That's what it is. You either choose within the dominant culture or you choose within the Black culture, but there is no staying. No, you got to choose for the most part. Okay. Having said that, make that right to the foundation. Okay. Now, I gotta say this really blew me away. Now let me get to this. I'm still shocked. Still am really shocked. All right. Monterey Park, California. Located on a busy commercial street among grocery stores and a Chinese restaurant, a Star Ballroom Dance Studio in Monterey Park is a popular gathering place for lovers of ballroom dancing in the Los Angeles area and promises to train attendees in anything from tango to the foxtrot. I had no idea that you learn something new every day. That that place is always packed, as Alejandro de la Torre says. He's 40 and a dance instructor who worked at the venue last year and arrived early Sunday morning after 10 people who were killed and 10 others injured in last night's shooting. He said more than 90% of Star's dance clientele is Asian Americans. That's really interesting. You learn something new again every day. Now, I'm going to skip down because it's talking about the how big the dance hall is. That right there is neither here nor there. When the Monterey police reached the scene on Saturday night, dozens of people were streaming out of the venue, some of them with injuries, and the authorities said in all, 5 men and 5 women died in the shooting, and at least 10 more injured, some critically. Mr. Calderon said the dance hall would have been especially full on Saturday, the eve of the Lunar New Year's. So, okay, and let me see. The department said that the dance hall or the dance venue were wrestled the firearm away from a man who then fled the scene. Local media, okay, and the venue is called the Lay Ballroom Studio in Monterey. Now, here's the side part to this, because the gentleman who they're talking about that wrestled the firearm away, his name is Say, Brandon Say, and he was there in the lobby area. He said he was just standing there, and he noticed the gentleman come in, and he noticed that he had a gun, and Say recalled that evening in a lunar year celebrating at the ballroom where he heard the front door close and then a sound of metal objects clanking together. Then, when he turned around, he saw a man there, was an Asian man holding a gun. And she said, my first thoughts was, I'm going to die here. That is it. Then Say, Brandon, said during the interview on Good Morning America on Monday, he said, say the 26-year-old coder and a third generation operator of the dance, um, family run dance hall quickly realized that he needed to disarm the man who has since been identified as a 72-year-old Hu Can Tron. I'm messing up his name. Please forgive me. And then he said that he got the courage. He lunged at the man with both of his hands, grabbed a weapon where they had a struggle. We struggled into the lobby trying to get the gun away from each other. And he was hitting me across the face, bashing me in the back of my head. Wow. Finally, at one point, I was able to pull the gun away from him, shoved him back or shoved him aside, creating some distance between the gun at him. He pointed the gun at him, intimidating him, and said, "Get the hell out of here! I'm going to shoot you! Get away, go!" At that point, I thought he would run away, but he was just standing there contemplating whether to fight or to go away. Now, that right there is interesting. He gets into a struggle with the guy. They grab over the gun, they grab over it, and Brandon wins the struggle and pushes him aside, then points the Something isn't right there. I don't know. Something, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. Then Tran eventually turned around and fled the scene, and Say contacted the police soon after. Tran reportedly arrived to the Lele about 20 minutes after he allegedly shot 10 people dead and injured at least 10 others at the Star Ballroom dance studio on the West Garvey Avenue at around 10:20 p.m. on Saturday. Hmm. After a delay, a manhunt on Sunday, Trans was found dead from a self-inflicted shot wound alongside a white cargo van at the Torrent Strip Mall parking lot. I don't know. Although police have not determined a motive for the Monterey Park shooting, a witness claimed that Tran was looking for his wife at the dance studio, which had been hosted, the Lunar New Year celebration. He found his wife there, and and s- and so he started shooting everyone. What? He started shooting everyone on the, I guess maybe floor. There's some ellipses there. When they danced, the witness told the KCAL News he just came and then hold the gun and started shooting. Say, Brandon Say, whose actions likely prevented further violence, led authorities to the suspect who'd been hailed a hero by the community. Okay. This is really wild. Okay. All right. This is a lot to take in. This is a whole lot to take in. So the man just comes in, he's looking for his wife, and then he just starts shooting people. Who he shoots five men, five women, possibly one of the women was his wife. I'm not sure. It didn't say it. Not sure. But I'm just trying, what happened? I am just I'm at a loss for words, and I'm not trying to get too emotional or too conspiratorial. I just want to look at the news and just give you the news. But this something isn't right with this. I'm not sure. But let me go back to the article. It was said my son, he could have died, Say's father Tom told the news. Tom Say told the New York Times. He's lucky someone was watching over him. Say who said he felt traumatized, oh, most definitely traumatized. Relied on Good Morning. He relayed on Good Morning America that he had stayed up all night to assist the police with their investigation. Wow. Brandon says, I was shaken all night. I could not believe what happened. A lot of people have been telling me how much courage I had to confront a situation like this. But you know what courage is. Courage is not the absence of fear, but rather the ability, but rather the ability to have adversity to fear when fearful events happen, such as this. Okay. All right. That's interesting. In crises like this, people need courage, especially the victims, their friends, their family. My heart goes out to everyone involved, especially the people in the Star Dance Studio in Monterey Park. I hope they can find the courage and the strength to persevere. I do too, most definitely. It's just something. And um, the Asian American Advancing Just Southern California, in partnership with Asian American Foundation, Asian Pacific Community Fund. Oh, here come. Okay, forgive me. But whenever a tragedy happens, here comes the nonprofit organizations that come down and say, give us money. Now you gotta stop and think. Now these organizations, are they giving money? Are they helping this? Okay, let me not put that out there. I just have a problem with nonprofit organizations. Mm, let me stop. Let me zip my mouth. Okay. The Pacific Community Fund, Stop AAPI Hate. Okay. The American Asian Pacific, I don't know what the I stands for hate. Now, this Asian guy killed other Asian people. So the Chinatown Service Center has organized a fundraiser, a GoFundMe, to benefit the victims. The fundraiser campaign has raised nearly $40,000 of its $500,000 goal as we are writing. Okay. And that right there is really, really terrible. Now, I'm just at a complete loss. My heart goes out to these people. The tragedy of the 10 people that lost their lives so needlessly, just so whatever was going through his head for him to take that and take 10 people's lives and then shoot other 10 people, terrorizing everyone within that dance hall. I wish them healing. It's just terrible. But on that note, what do you think? Do you think I'm being a little conspiratorial? Do you think maybe my naivety or my naivete was kicking in because I don't know much about the Asian culture. I really don't. Um, it's from what I know is that they keep to themselves, and that's it. You work, and that's it. That's all you know. You just at work. Hi, hi, Ted. Hi. Okay, bye, and that's it. I just hope that there's can be more for them to open up more so that we all can have a better understanding of each other. But keeping within communities like that, and that's all you do is stay in your community, it breeds, in my opinion, it breeds a lot of us against them. And then it even fosters a level of stereotype and, shall I add, prejudice and bigot beliefs about other people because you stay there. On that note, if I'm wrong, tell me. But look, likes are for free. It helps the algorithm. And subscribe. On that note, I want to thank you for stopping by. I want to thank you for stopping by because you could be anywhere, but you decide to stay here with me and listen to my video because politics runs the world. Now, whether if you agree with the politics or not, put something down in the comment section. Whether if you agree or disagree with me, that is okay. We can agree to disagree, or we can agree to agree. So please help me get to 500 subscribers, and then help me get to 1,000 subscribers. And thank you for stopping by.